Hi, today I'm just going to talk about we have configurations from we have app settings.json and environment variables or many things. It looks like a very big area, all those things, but it's very simple. Let me go with the concept. It is same in whether it's ASP.NET Core or Web API or Blazor, everywhere it is same. Almost all the latest framework versions, probably from .NET Core whenever it started. Before it also it was there. Anyhow, now it's already .NET 8. So the points is let me go with the points. We can read the JSONs. I mean the app settings.json. That's called the configurations in all the projects. The purpose of the this app settings many are confusing. Let me add with the points. Let me just open one of my project itself. We have each project. We can take the concept is same everywhere. Everywhere. See, if there is this is a web API, for example. In this web API, we have app settings.json as well. We have launch settings.json. The concept is app settings. This is for the sake of app settings means application settings. This is for the sake of having the application configurations. Launch settings means whenever you are running locally, how this should be launched. This particular, whether it's in IIS mode, IIS Express, or HTTPS, HTTP, how this is supposed to be executed. This is only just understand. This is only for local. Don't bother about much. Okay, don't mix up this launch settings with other things. Many people are confusing whenever they are reading the configurations. They are adding these configurations here and then try to extract and do it. Okay, it's not related. The concept is whenever you are running your application, this file matters only for the sake of for example, if you're you can see here in the top, I can just give the option like https, http, or IIS Express. That is this one. Okay, these three modes are available. You can see HTTP, HTTPS, IIS Express. When you're loading these three things, this matters. Okay, this says when you're running in the HTTP, load with this particular URL, HTTP localhost 5000, and then HTTPS with the concept of this particular port, and then this one. Okay, that is where it is, not beyond anything else. And only one important point is this environment. When you are running in this particular place, this will be loaded in ASP.NET Core environment. What is this development or whatever it is? The same. This is the key point for loading the app settings.json. Okay, let me jump back to the slide. Maybe here I can add. Yeah, I just modified the heading as app settings and launch settings. That's it, nothing else. So here, yeah, let's go back. Environment handles its environment name in development. As I've shown you, that environment names, whatever you set there, it will come from there. Or otherwise, I'll just show you how to set and check. That is one thing. There are multiple ways to set. And then whenever you have that configuration, you will load it like this: builder.configuration, get section of whatever is that particular, or something like that, name, key, all those things. Okay. I'll go with a live example. You can load it in the last option like app settings configuration dot get of this particular. When you have complete structure, same like app settings.cs. If you say this, everything will be loaded to this particular class. You can store it in offline, I mean, or static or offline, whatever it depends upon your convenience. Okay, before let me introduce about myself. I am a Kannadiga. Namaskara, that's the reason. And hello, that's in English. We are a small startup from India. It's called Katte Software and Solutions India. Katte means it's a donkey, nothing else. It's a Kannada word. It means donkey. Okay. We are dedicated. I mean, this I'm available in this. These are all the platforms. Okay. Cool. Let me jump back to Visual Studio. So, sorry, just a second. Let me go one by one points. Otherwise, I'll just forget. Read JSON from by configuration. Okay, whatever you have this app settings.json, this is called configuration. Okay, don't mix up this with anything else. Whatever you mention this here, that will be loaded in the program.cs. Whenever you say builder.configuration, okay, whenever you say builder.configuration in the program.cs, it means it is referring from the app settings.json. Okay, very simple. First point is clear. If you wanted to read specifically from, yeah, that is first point. And second thing is we have app settings.json. Whenever you are running it locally, you wanted to test it with the local database probably. Our development environment is different and production is different probably. Maybe I will just add you one more example. You have this development environment. For example, in my case, I have development. Okay, this is, I was just making some testing for the sake of this presentation itself. Development. Okay, I'm just making it. But I want to add one more environment called sorry, UAT. Let me assume. So it is key is simple. uh, dot uat dot json, that's it. Okay, it will be clubbed. Okay, sometimes in your machine it appears not like this, in a different structure. For that reason is this one, file nesting is enabled. It's called file nesting. The similar names will be nested together. If you click this, it appears like this, but better make it like this, so it will be auto aligned. Okay, it starts with the beginning name and ending with the kind of extensions or prefix, all those things it handles. That's it. Okay, that is for not only for this, all the files. Even if you have one html dot css, all those things, then it will be nested like this. Okay, cool. So you have app settings.json, app settings development.json, and app settings.uat.json. Okay, now next point is, if you go with the project, I'm just showing the options before running. How do you set the environment variables, all those things. So you have to go to debug mode. I'm just showing with the latest Visual Studio. In the earlier also it is same way, but little difference. Okay, you can. I'll just show again, because for the beginner developers, even when I was a beginner, I used to face this problem. Even now, I'm just going with other developers, beginners. So I'm just seeing this one. So that is the reason for them, and for others, I'm just making these videos and all those things. Okay. So debug mode, whatever, what is the settings in the debug mode I wanted to see. So general debug mode, just click on this. It just opens. In the HTTP mode, what? HTTPS mode, what? HTTPS Express mode, what? Okay, this is just a replica of GUI of whatever you have in that launch settings. Okay, that's it. If you change, for example, HTTPS, I have, right. Okay, let me make it one small change. HTTP, I am making it. I will make it as development 2. Okay. I don't know whether it allows or not. Okay, yeah, I just made it like this. Let me jump back to this. Come on. My machine is okay. You can see here. Okay, this is just an UI. Here also you can modify. There also you can modify. This is about for environment variable or anything of those kind of things. Okay, but I don't want anything. Whenever you make any changes, just go here and just you can make undo changes, or just you can do that. I was just doing something else. Don't worry about it. Okay, cool. Okay, let me jump back again. This is for setting the environment variable. Okay, for which environment you are in development, I changed there, so that it's automatically reflecting here. Okay, that's about which environment you are setting. So for that is for the settings. Now after this, once you are running it, sometimes what happens, you can't be able to open this, or some another issue has in some different scenarios. I can't explain each and everything. So those case, what you can do is just run the application. I'm just running it lively. So my videos used to be lengthy. The reason is I used to add whatever my experience, whatever the developer problems, all those things. That is the reason. If you go here, builder, sorry. Yeah, builder is just simple web application dot create builder, whatever is there. These are all the things which are kind of extension of I configuration. That's it. Okay. Just go on builder. I will come to the configuration with that builder dot environment, for example. If you go on this, you can clearly see which environment name it is. It just appears. Okay. If you, even if you go, it's called hosting in. Okay, sorry. Host is this. Okay. uh, One sec. Yeah, this is environment name, all those project application name. What is your, yeah, and one more thing is, yeah, probably this one is most of the guys are asking, what is my app name? How do I know? What used to happen, sometimes you used to rename here, it will not reflect. So then how can you access? You can go here and access this particular variable, and accessing those things. Okay, now we'll come to the accessing part. uh, Let me jump back. Yeah, how to set, you got the point. Environment auto handling, environment in development, all those things. By default it will be development. If you wanted to test for different place, just go to debug profile and just change it, or in the launch settings change it out. Now I'll just come to the below portion, accessing and using it. Okay, builder dot configuration, you have this. Okay. Meanwhile, let me open. Okay, this is about launch settings. Just close it out. App settings.json, you have app settings.development.json and uat.json. Okay, all the three. Intentionally, I just added few couple of variables. app settings.json is there. This is the one here. I added a test one as ABC, a test three as from main. Okay, and a app settings.development.json. I'm just clicking here. A test two, a test three. Okay, let me bring it up in a notepad. Yeah, I just brought it into the notepad. Simple. Here in the app settings.json, we have a test one as ABC. You can see a test three as from main. Okay. In the opposite, okay, where it is, and in the app settings dot, sorry, this is development. Actually, without plotting this, the confusions will never be fixed. That's the reason I'm just making it in the notepad. Here, it's not having a test one. Instead, it has a test two. Okay, but a test three is there, both the place. Okay, it was there. So, what is the expectation? The concept is simple. Whatever is available in this particular main file, that will appear. Plus this, it's a union. I can just tell you as union plus overwriting. I don't know what should be called conjunction or whatever we call. It means the expectation result is the final result. I mean, if you load the what is that app settings dot all those things, it appears something like this: a test one, a test two, ABC. It appears like this. I mean, the point is simple. Whatever is in the development, I'm running in the development environment. So whatever is development is there, that will be giving the priority. Okay. So it is having a test 2 and 3. So 2 and 3 from development, one is not there. That is the reason it comes from AppSettings.json. Okay. Now let me jump back to program.cs. Uh, so whenever you're doing this, better open in shift F9, shift plus F9. Okay. Where it is, yeah, I just for don't refer this naming convention. Intentionally I just made it for your the sake of easiness of the demo. Okay, you can see here this particular a test one is referred from AppSettings.json. A test two is referred from development.json. A test three also referred from this. It's just the overwriting concept. This is what happened. Okay, now how to access it? Okay, uh, probably, yeah, I just noted it down in the notepad because even I am also a human being. I'll just forget instead of typing everything. Okay, you can just access like this in the simple way: builder.configuration.get section. Whatever is that particular section, that name you have to pass. It just expects a key, and then like this. For example, three you have. 4 if you give null. Okay, how come? Yeah, that's very important. It just gives you the value as key as this and path is this and value as null. Okay, so the thing is you have to fetch like this. To get the exact value, you have to fetch it like this. Okay, cool. So the value is the important piece, and then I wanna give you one more. Yeah, let me go with this path called authentications is there. Okay, yeah, this value is null because whichever is the values are in the leaf level, only those appears. I mean, if I'm trying to access this particular one, it won't give anything because it has only this particular level. This is in the leaf level. What is leaf level? This is called leaf level. This is leaf level. If you go something like this, yeah, this is leaf level, but not this. Okay. So for that reason, the value appears only for the sake of leaf level only. Okay. So shift F9. Ting, ting, ting. Okay. It is null. So instead, if you go like this, it appears like this. Okay, so it means this is a value. For example, yeah, this is what you have to navigate like this. Okay, and how do you get these values in the real time? I mean, this is the manually you are doing it. The first option and second option is just like a name of JW settings. Okay, another way is the right way, probably most prefer is try to get it in the class structure. So you can access it like a normal variable and use it. Okay, let me go and show you that example. So in my code, I have the JWT settings. Yeah, it's already breakpoint I kept. You can see, yeah, one more important. So for this eye configuration, as I was telling, this is all the properties are coming from the eye configuration. So you are passing it. It's nothing actually. It's just a add JWT. For that, they have passed the code. This is not my code. Some open source code. It's called Summon. There is another guy. I'm using his code for the demo purpose. Eye configuration I'm passing. That configuration I'm just using. Build it out. If you write the directly code, the same concept. Nothing difference. And configuration.get section, and for get section means it gives you the value and plot it into one structure. Okay, for example, I'll go again. So if you go here, it says four section, all those things. But if you just write, just today they're adding so many options. If you just, I'm just going F10. So it just shows in the class structure. That's it. Audience, duration, minutes, issuer, key. So that's it. Okay. This is about accessing the variable. I mean, this one. Configuration get section of plotting like this. Okay. You just plot it like this. And same way, if you're having just one endpoint, configuration will get section, same thing. If you have the all app settings, yeah, few others prefer this way. Even I used to prefer in my earlier olden days projects. Even it was started even the very old projects concept also. Configuration dot get to this particular structure. Whatever is the configuration, the same thing. I mean, the same. The difference is simple. Configuration is not get section, then applying get to this JWT settings class. This is a class structure. Instead of it, I'm directly applying this. Okay, this is about configuration, accessing, and setting it. Okay, so similar way, there are many other extension like you are adding the configuration, fetching from the dynamically from different place and attaching here. All those things we can do, but always don't store the credentials. Okay, if you store the credentials, probably nowadays everywhere the bar or a meter kind of a validation they're adding, and still it is very unsafe. Probably I just downloaded this code for the sake of demo now. So in this code, they have some what is it, app ID, client ID, all those things, but it is totally unsecure. Don't place it out. If you're having testing environment, then fine. Even these values are testing environments. It's not working for me. But the concept is don't store any confidential information. Make public information. Don't store and enjoy and leave it. Okay, that doesn't matter. Okay, this is about configuration, setting out all those things. This is the one key item which will be using in across all the area of application. Project completely depends upon this. So that is the reason understanding this concept is very much important. Okay, cool. Happy coding. Keep smiling and keep sharing the good concepts. I will be available in this different platforms. Cool. Keep smiling.